What's going on, party people? Welcome on into the Put It in the Book show, season 7, episode number 18 this season thus far. A little strawberry action there. I am Steve. As always, I got a little friend over here named Keith. Keith,
Yo.
right in front of Big Shay. What's going on, sir? How's everything hanging?
Everything is hanging a little to the left. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Looking forward to tonight's game.
Anybody else hear that ringing in the air? That's just me. It's been a long week. I'm not sure.
I thought it was pressure.
All right, Rodriguez, my good friend. What's going on, sir? What it do?
Dude, we're having some seriously crazy games with these Metsies. So I'm doing well because we're doing well. It's been
Blood pressure
lot.
medication.
Yeah, it's been crazy the last few days.
All right. Is there anybody else maybe in the vicinity? Okay. There he goes. That producer Joe. What's up, sir? Yeah.
What's that?
What's that?
Wow, back to 1982.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Nothing
okay.
wrong with that. Nothing.
It's,
It was more like 92, but
Not one thing. 92? Well, there you okay.
it's a big difference, 10 years.
It can be, yeah, absolutely.
it is. It's
In-
the decade.
in age,
The decade. All right. So obviously we got a lot to talk about, as we always
So
do.
where's
with
the beef?
New York
Where's the beef?
Metropolitans.
I think that was the 80s. That was probably
That-
around Mets 86, 85.
Wendy's,
Time to
right?
make
With that
donuts?
little lady. Time to
Yeah.
make the donuts was in the 70s, right?
70s.
Make the donuts.
No?
Really?
80s?
I don't know.
I think 70s into the early 80s. That's before Farace's time. I think that was
Okay.
late 70s, early 80s time to make the donuts. Remember, his wife would get all pissed off because he was getting up early in the morning.
Yeah.
And they make donuts.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we're not going to talk about all that. We are going to talk about the Mets' second couple of legs on this homestand that just finished up, and likely the most two important series of the year thus far coming up on this this road trip. So, Mr.
sure.
Producer Joe, kick us off here and let's get the show started.
What's up? What's up?
What's that?
Hold up the bullets!
All right, welcome back in, everybody. So let's get started with that Marlins series that took place over the weekend. Mets winning 2 out of 3 with every chance in the world to sweep that series. But this is baseball, and sometimes not so good teams beat good teams, and that is the case there. Neil, that's a new name to the show. What's going on, sir? Must wins. Severino, we'll talk about that in a little bit, coming off the complete game shutout, and what the expectations are of him tonight. Another one, please. But okay, so Mets take 2 out of 3 from the Marlins. Wanted to get some thoughts on what you saw. Rodriguez, start off with you, on what you saw out of the Mets in that series. Kind of like what we said. We all predicted sweep, I think. Came up a little short, but again, this is baseball. Maybe producer Joe said 2 out of 3.
It's the Marlins. Yeah, I think producer Joe's trying to do the 2 out of 3, but
Or he might claim
he might have caved in and went for the sweep. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
like what
But,
you guys did to me about Seattle.
dude, listen, you are a jinx. Okay. If
Which,
there's
by the
ever
way,
a definition of being a jinx, it's you.
Really
Okay.
quick on Seattle,
Even-
that I just saw this stat where they've lost like a bazillion of the last bazillion, and somewhere mixed in between that, their team batting average during that time is 206, but right in between that, smack dab in the middle, is a sweep of the New York Mets. That I'm already angry about a lot of things. That angered me more. Sorry, go
That
ahead,
made
Rodriguez.
that already happened. Why would you be
I
mad about
know.
it for? You can't do
Because I didn't
that.
know. I didn't realize how
Emotional
shitty they were
damage.
doing.
Well,
Defensive
listen,
Yeah,
rebound.
that's why we predicted a sweep, right? Remember, Keith? We all thought there was going to be a sweep on these
Yeah.
these Mariners, and it wasn't.
And
But
it was quite the opposite. But
Marlins.
here's the deal. That was like one of the worst series of the year, and I don't even know what we're talking about right now. It's the thing of the past.
Yeah, no, I said real quick.
Farace wants to be
listen,
angry about
if
it.
I feel pain,
Open milk.
we all feel the pain.
Oh, that's how that
we're
works.
Mets
huh?
brethren.
Whatever I said,
All right.
we got
Let's start
destroyed.
sharing your cash, and I'll start feeling your pain. When you start
Open
sharing
up.
your cash, I'll start feeling your pain. How's
Bullshit.
that?
All right, Rodriguez. Your
You
thoughts,
know.
Listen.
overall on the Marlins series?
It was a Marlins series, the same series, the same way we always play the Marlins. For some reason, we just can't stomp them. We managed just to squeak by them and beat them. So, I mean, I expected a sweep. They're basically playing a minor league team out there. They're putting a minor league team out there on a major league field. I expected us to just beat them because we have to win every game. I don't know if these guys understand this. You got 36 games left, Rachi. We can't give away a game, especially to the Marlins. And the Orioles thing was fantastic. They're a great team, and they're a very good team actually. And we hung in there with them and took 2 out of 3 from the Orioles. 2 out of 3 from the Marlins, 2 out of 3 from the Orioles. You got to win every series. If you don't win every series, you're done for. And you have to win. You have to win when Atlanta loses. You have to win when the 2 teams that we're going to play lose. Those are the wins that matter. You can't just keep up with them. You have to at least get a game or 2 ahead of them somehow. And I'm pleased with the team we have. We have a good team. I don't know if it's championship caliber. I'm really hoping that they can get into a series and get hot and start, because we have good players. But they're very good. They're a good team, these Mets, and they're scrappy, and they have a lot of guys that come through in the clutch. Whether it's pitchers, Mr. Producer Joe's favorite guy. I mean, is he going to say the name or not? I guess not. I guess he's asleep. But let's just say it's Sean Manaea.
Manaea.
That's the guy.
Say it again, Joe.
you got a guy like Sean Manaea coming in and throwing a perfect game for 4 or 5 innings. I mean, the guy's doing great. And by the way, if you guys should look this up, the umpiring crew is a crew that calls the high pitch, the high
Padres
strike.
series.
For this series that we just went through when Manaea came, was that pitching? Manaea, yeah, exactly him. The umpire, the high pitch caller. So
Well,
I think you got to be opportunistic. I'm sure Keith knows this guy. He pitches just like Fernandez, right, Keith? He just throws right up and away.
Yeah, well, when it starts rising up that way, yeah, the balls start getting launched. I mean, it's just it is what it is. I like Manaea Mays, though. I think he's okay.
Manaea Mays. I don't know. That's not
Rodriguez, thanks for all your thoughts on the Marlins series. Keith,
it happened. What do you want me to talk about? Like every specific inning, every specific game, we just tried to for the Marlins. And they always beat us.
But Keith, your thoughts on that series. But I also wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the Players Weekend, the different types of bats that they were able to use and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
yeah, interesting.
So
the crayons and stuff, right? So,
yeah.
The one thing I noticed about
he wears a lot of pink. That guy.
The one thing I noticed about the Marlins series, and it was only in retrospect afterwards, going back and kind of looking at it, is I think I don't know why Mendy did this on the first game when we had a pretty decent lead. He used Buto for 2 innings. Why? He's arguably the second or third best bullpen arm we have. If he would have pitched in the 8th inning on Saturday, they might not have scored that run. Diaz may have come in and shut them down, and we would get that sweep. That's really the only flaw I saw in that series. And hitting needs to wake up. Still, the hitting needs to wake up. They're looking a little better, but I have no idea why with such a big lead we pitched one of our best bullpen pitchers for 2 innings. That's the time you throw your garbage time pitches out there until they can't hack it or they load the bases or whatever.
Garbage.
I think we could have swept if Buto came in the eighth, the Marlins may not have scored that run, and we might have gone into extra innings. We may have rallied. Who knows? But at this point, it's a done deal. Hopefully, in the future, he doesn't use up a pitcher like Buto in the beginning of a weekend series and blow the whole weekend. Because once he pitches 2 innings, he's gone for the weekend. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, 2 out of 3 games, you can't ask. Well, you can ask for more, but that is the best we can do out of every series is win them, like Rodriguez said.
Win them.
Still
Win
think
the
we should
series.
have left them though, but
Yeah. All right. And then, so the Orioles series was obviously one that we had some concern about, and why we wanted to beef up a little bit with Oakland and the Marlins. But what a freaking series it turned out to be. The first game, walk-off, Alvarez. I don't know. Did you guys see the MLB network guys? But they were watching the game live. You guys saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I know we sent a lot of videos. I don't remember who sends and what. And then our guys, Cohen, just going nuts. They were talking about, is he going to swing 3-0? Not. And he blasted one. And just the celebration, the energy that guy brings to Citi Field, the place was rocking. It was a great win, and hopefully that kind of launches Alvarez into this into a little hot streak here, where he's got a little bit more confidence. Middle game, not so much. Little ho hum there. And then let's fast forward to the afternoon game yesterday, where Mr. Winker gets hit.
He's got his Met moment,
right, guys?
He got it. He made the most of it too.
A blast. Like again, the emotion. This guy, even all that beef with the fans, he always respected. They always had, it was like a little respecting that they had for each other. And now look how thrilled he is to be. He's saying, "Let's go Mets." I'm thrilled to be here. Takes off the helmet. Get that elbow guard off me. Miss home plate. Or was that Alvarez?
He blacked out. He said he blacked out.
Who, Winker?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to run into the dugout. I'm like, no, round the bases, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. He lost it. I mean,
you got to drag him around the bases.
I know. I mean, it's a great moment, dude. It's his, like you guys say, everyone has their Mets moment, and Mr. Sphincter, the Winker, the Sphincter, had his freaking moment. He hit it right on the meat, dude. Right on the meat of that bat, and the ball just sailed and kept going. It was a really, really good hit and a great way to win a game. I mean,
that's the type of crap he's done to us for the last 4 or 5 years. So I am just super happy to see him on our team doing it to somebody else.
About time, right? About time. And that poor Baltimore pitcher, man, he gave oh my God. I don't know, man. Especially after Kimbrel is getting rocked. Vientos hit a home run for Kimbrel. And he's 20 home runs in half a season.
He's a beast.
20 home runs in half a season.
So
let's just say that's a good starting point for a third baseman.
I showed you guys the chat, but I work with an Orioles fan, and we were bantering on that last game. And Winker came up, and I was explaining how much I can't stand Winker. Now that we might have to like him. And then all of a sudden, as I'm saying this, boom, Winker hits that walk-off. So then I quickly replied, ha, 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 I love Winker. What a great guy he is. No
shame. You have no shame.
I sold in after that hit. I'm good now. Yeah.
Dude, he wanted to be a Met so bad. He's a Met. He's a Met.
Who is that? Producer Joe put up tied for most home runs by a third baseman with half the at-bats.
Vientos.
No.
Chapman?
No. Is it the dude from Atlanta? He's injured, though.
Rodriguez said Chapman, and I thought
I didn't say Chapman.
Oh, who said Chapman then?
Producer Joe.
Oh, okay. Here's what I just thought. I thought you said Chapman, but I heard Producer Joe say Chapman, and I asked you if you said Chapman, but you said no. It was producer Joe, and that's what I overheard.
All right, I feel like this is a really crappy skit from the '60s or something. So.
It is.
But why
it
does that have
is.
to be crappy for?
It's Chapman.
You
It
said
is.
Chapman. No, I said. Do we say Chapman? No, you. Who said?
No,
You
I
did
did
it,
say
Keith.
Chapman. I
Right,
did say
yeah, come on.
Chapman.
I told you. I told you,
Yeah.
it was producer Joe that said Chapman. God,
My
And
bad.
it is Chapman.
it's Chapman. After all,
We're still doing this.
no, it's Chapman. That's
Manaya.
what it is. Actually, it's
Minaya.
There it is. See,
Minaya.
let him. There it is.
But listen, Vientos has been more than what we could have hoped for. Hola, mama.
Playing good
Cantu just-
defense. He's playing really good defense. That dive at in the shortstop in the hole, and he threw the second to get the force out. Fantastic
yeah.
play.
So
Fantastic play.
Mark Vientos has 286 at bats. Manny Machado has 459. They both have 20 home runs. But then it goes on. Matt Chapman has 473 at bats with 20 home runs versus Vientos' 286. And then Jaimer Candelario, I don't know how to pronounce his first name. 427 at bats, also 20 home runs. And then it moves to the American League for the top three with Bergman at 20, Devers at 27, and Jose Ramirez with I always want to call them the Commanders, the Guardians, with 32.
Because the name changes. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. The other thing on Wicker on his post game interview, he said, "Man, I was just trying to set it up for the top of the lineup. Had Lindor's coming up, and he launches one. He was like, and it went out."
Get on base. He's doing the job that he was out there to do, was to get on base no matter what, whether it's a walk or a hit or a hit by a pitch, whatever. Just get on base for the other guys coming.
Yeah, and I think
Oppo,
He
baby.
did his job.
Neil had asked, speaking of Lindor, Neil had asked earlier, who's the leader? Neil.
Oh, I was going to
Lindor
go
or
into a
Alonso.
speaking of Lindor. This is good.
Yeah.
We're synchronized.
Lindor is hands down the leader of this team. For sure. In my opinion, I think pretty much everybody should be sharing that. Otherwise, they're wrong.
That little piece of history that he made, the first shortstop in Major League history to have 3 seasons or more of 25 home runs, 25 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Now,
and he still has 10 more seasons left to play.
Right, and I don't know if either of those other 2 seasons was less than 30-30. I think he's gone 30-30 twice. So when he gets to 30-30,
right, he'll be the
first. He'll be the first shortstop
He's
in Major League history.
He's the Puerto Rican version of Mets of Hojo.
Yeah, right. He was 30-30 boy.
Right, exactly. Well, what's his name? Didn't do it. The guy that used to be on Skankies. I don't want to say his name.
No.
The steroid boy when he was a shortstop, he didn't do 30-30.
Oh, the guy that ended his career in Seattle but never got traded to us? Is that one you're talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about, Keith.
You're talking about the guy who was with the woman who's getting another divorce?
Yes, him.
Well, I don't think he ever played shortstop for that team, did he?
No, I don't think so. He moved over to third because what's his name? He came over and played third, but when he was a Ranger, he was a shortstop.
He had like a 50-20 season. He had a different level.
Okay, 50-20.
Different level type season. So Lindor's would be the first 30-30. Even
dude, it's a lot.
Midfield.
It's a lot. And you play every day. You play shortstop, and you 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, and playing shortstop every day and really hustling. He's not a DH.
30 1 year last year. It's the only year he hit.
Damn it.
Oh, he only did one? Oh, it's too bad.
That's why I didn't know if the other one was
It's actually
Lindor's on the verge of breaking every one of Rafael Santana's offensive stats on the team.
Wow.
He broke it the first season, Keith.
Oh, you're right. Damn it. Kevin Elster then. Kevin Elster.
His first season stats were, listen, that includes Kevin Elster.
Yeah,
combine the two. Hey,
adding Ordonez, and you probably got the first season and a half.
Half a season.
Rodriguez, Mama Farace has a message for you. She's available for you now. after
Who
another
is?
divorce.
Rodriguez, he don't know how to handle that.
Who, Lopez? You talking about Lopez?
Yeah.
You speak for yourself, Keith. You don't know who you're talking to. You could ask producer Joe about that. Believe me, it's not gonna be a problem. However, no, thank you.
Oh,
We love
very
Mama
good.
Farace.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
Neil brings up where will we be without Iglesias? Because we sure would have been struggling. Well, what if I pose a different another question? Where would Jeff McNeil be without Iglesias?
Right. I mean, oh my
Yeah.
God. Get it?
Oh my!
We got it. You didn't have to say get it. That's now nobody. Now you messed up the whole thing. You
Well,
said
no,
get
because
it.
then it takes a bad joke and makes it worse. And the worse the joke gets, the funnier it is.
That
No,
so when you said
that's
terrible
okay.
skit before, you loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, what?
You see,
What was the skit?
Who's kid?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not asking you who's skit.
These nuts.
All right, let's keep going.
You said what? Who said?
Hey, so what's hey producer Joe, what is Iglesias still batting these days? 330 ish. Guy's keeping it up. The guy almost quit on baseball. People told him to hang it up. Why are you doing
Big
this again to
Poppy,
yourself?
Big Poppy convinced him.
Yeah.
Big Poppy convinced him to stay in baseball, and now he's listen, at the end of the day,
335. 335.
335.
335 and playing that defense at second, dude.
Mm.
That's the lottery right there. We hit the lottery.
Veteran
For the year,
leadership added
honestly.
tremendously to the chemistry.
You know, and I've said this before, but truly just kudos to the Mets office because they really did, between him and Bader and all these other role players they put in that are playing big roles on this team's current success. So, you know, kudos to them. But these players are really putting it in out there, and it's fun to watch. It's a lot.
See, I think. Tell me, what do you guys think? I think this is what it feels like when you're like a team, like let's just say the Brewers, and they find all these guys and they get them to play well. They come up with a 90-win season. You know, that's the type of team that I see that we have now. We don't have really, you know, the New York pompous team and all these sluggers and all this money and stuff like that. I mean, we have a couple of those, but the management has done a great job of just bringing guys in and at the same time saying goodbye if they don't perform. But bringing that talent in to do a specific job, get it done, and move it along. Budo's a great example of a good organization, because if he was not being treated well and he was being, brought up incorrectly, he wouldn't be succeeding. He's finally figured out how to stay within the strike zone, and his stuff plays out. I'm hoping Tylor gets it, guys like that they figure it out, and we'll have a ton of strong
Peterson
pitching.
figured it out.
Peterson, listen, I don't want to jinx him, dude.
Let's say in the midst of figuring it out. Let's say it's a process.
If we're in the playoffs, Peterson starts for me. Not the first game, but he's my second guy coming in. He's pitched that well, I think. I mean, he's learned that, I have to pitch through these things. I have to be aggressive sometimes and stop nitpicking on the corners. My stuff plays. Have some cojones. He's figured it out, and it looks like it's going to stick, man. And if it does, we have ourselves a good starter for another 5 years. A cheap, really good
on the cheap.
On the cheap, a pretty good starter with our offense.
I like Neil's comment of the DFAs have been amazing.
Yeah,
that's great. That's great. That's a great line.
They have been, and they've been swift. That's the important thing. It's not like, oh, let's give them another 2 weeks, do another 3 weeks after that, and stretch it out. Get out of there.
No. I mean, I wouldn't be so callous about it, but in the back of my head, I'm saying the same thing. I changed my mind mid-sentence. Screw them, get out of there.
And I don't know, not to say that it's lost. This is lost in all this, but on top of that, those guys that they brought in, because they knew that they had these young kids, and they knew that they needed that veteran mix in there. And of course, you strike like lightning in a bottle with Iglesias. because 335 is lightning, no matter what way you look at it.
with Minaya, with Severino.
Benea.
Maze.
Minaya.
Oh, there it is. See, that's well said. Severino. You basically struck gold with this guy. This guy
Complete
can
game
be.
shutout. What?
I mean, you know,
Unheard of.
that's. I don't even know what that is anymore.
Back to the
be honest
future.
with
Keith, we got in the DeLorean.
you. Vientos. That's 4 guys that they have actually struck gold with in this season so far.
Yep.
Just so far. And Christian Scott could have been another one because he was getting good. And, you know, it could be a few other guys. Who knows? We have the talent.
Let's see what happens with
we
Beatty.
should be happy.
With
Beatty, they should bring Beatty up in September. What do you guys think? I would.
I think so. When they expand, the roster, sure.
What's he doing in AAA? I thought he was smoking it, you know, like killing it in AAA.
Last I heard he was. Let me.
Yeah, check that. Check it. 1, 2. Neil says since Minaya. What are we calling him today? Minaya. Since Minaya went sidearm, he's effortless.
Yeah.
93,
94 from a left.
Beatty is hitting 264. OPS 893, not bad. 16 homers, 43 RBIs. Yeah, not bad.
Okay. That's
so
fine.
we bring him back up in September. Here's another shot for you, kid.
Not until he's 300. He's got to get to 300 before he comes up.
He can't get to 300 from 264 now.
He's in the minor leagues. He can. If he can't, then he can't come up. Got to be a 300 hitter.
Yeah, but how many more at bats does he have? It doesn't work out the math.
Doesn't matter.
I was
you know
about-
my answer. You know my answer then is that he's not coming up.
Yes,
basically.
that's fine. All right. Dom says Quintana needs to go. He's had 4 really bad starts in a row.
Yeah, he'll be gone at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think he was.
How many years did we sign him for?
It doesn't matter. He'll be gone at the end of the year. It's not going to matter how many years he signed. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, Senga's coming back. He'll be gone at the end of the year. We have two other lefties.
Hooray, what's up, man? Yeah, you can't just drop an arm. I mean, you can't just take an arm and drop him off the roster. The guy, you know, like it or not, he is a veteran. He's been out there a bit. You hope that he can just toss you 5 innings every 5th day at the back of the rotation and carry us through. To
Bring in Budo. Budo's a starter every 5th day. That's basically it.
Budo's been nice in the bullpen, man. I don't want to lose him.
Oh, listen to me.
No.
Listen to this guy here for a second. You get into the playoffs, and Quintana is the type of guy who can give you some of these innings through a pivotal part of a playoff game. Innings.
These guys don't pitch more than 3 innings each.
No, because Quintana is not a starter in the playoffs. I'm talking about that potential for like a Fernandez moment. Pitching 2-3 scoreless innings in a playoff game.
If we get in the playoffs, that'd be great.
Hey, we won't have that here, Rodriguez. No, none of that if stuff here.
I'm not gonna.
Did you predict the Mets go to the playoffs this year?
I did.
There's not going to be any ifs here.
I did.
How about N?
Listen, I feel. You guys, let me know if you guys feel otherwise. I feel like we're right where I thought we'd be at this point of the year. I thought we would be about 5 games over 500 at the end of the season, and vying for one of the wild cards. I did not predict the Mets go to the playoffs though. So obviously, I hope that the anti-jinx was.
I hope you anti-jinxed it. I really do.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what I picked if they're going to the playoffs or not. The team was so different then than it is now. I mean, the core players are still there, but the team has evolved quite a bit since the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
when
it's better.
In past regimes, it would not have evolved.
Oh, they wouldn't have let it, dude. They wouldn't have let it. They would have kept the contract going for another couple of years just to squeeze the juice out of it. You know, guys that shouldn't be here, still here. Ottavino saying that he can't be traded or he's so great that he's the best. Ottavino can really almost be gone at any minute. You know, he's
Oh yeah,
if they brought up one of the younger guys and he was steady like that Dominican kid, what's his name? Is it Ramirez? Some Dominican kid that hurt his
Yeah.
arm recently.
yeah, he's on
Him,
the aisle.
if he was up, you know, Ottavino can be gone because that kid was very successful.
About the Quintana pitching in the
There you go.
playoffs.
Only if we're ahead by 15 runs. Yeah, exactly.
Ahem.
That's not
Ahem.
bad.
I'm clearing my throat for.
No ifs when we make the playoffs. I'm okay. I'm good with that, guys. I hope I'm not against that. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, we really need the last, what is it, Rodriguez, 36 games of Alonso's potential Met career to be hot. We need him to be
Fortune.
hot.
We need to win 20 out of those 36.
He's showing little sparks here and there, but we need a really hot Pete Alonso streak. 7 home runs in 8
I
games.
think it's coming, Keith. He's almost there. He's been hitting so much better lately.
You can
Listen,
kind of see the sparks happening. You know,
I hate to say this,
but the gas needs to hit.
but he needs to take a page out of the dude from the other side of town. He needs to take control. He needs to take over and start mashing these balls, bombs after bombs, and carry this team a little bit.
He needs to stop searching for a hit. You know, make them come to you, Keith. Pete, Polar Bear. They're gonna pitch you outside all the time because you just keep reaching for it.
He has
it's
he has the
so
lowest
easy.
he has the lowest batting average with runners in scoring position of any qualified player.
Yeah, because they throw out and away, and
Amazing.
he keeps throwing his shoulders out at the freaking ball.
Yes. If he could, God, I know it's frustrating to be pitched like that, and Pete's not the patient, type of a guy, and he's swinging at these down and away pitches, and they're gonna keep on throwing slider after slider after slider after slider after slider after slider.
Out of the strike zone. That's the thing. Out of the strike zone, they're just gonna make it go out farther and farther. The first one's gonna be on the corner, and then they're just gonna go out even
further and further, right? Pete has to realize that this is not the same lineup that he's been in the last few seasons. He's got protection. He can take a walk and let whoever's sitting behind him that night, Alvarez or JD or whoever's happening to be hitting behind him, they can pick him up. It's not he doesn't have to do it all. And then it's just gonna have to, the pitchers have to make the adjustment, not go outside anymore because he's not swinging at it, and then bombs away.
Make him come into you, dude. Take charge of the strike zone. If that's what you were trying to say before, that's what I'm saying. Stop being a little golfer, swinging all the way out there. You don't have to. Make them come into you. You'll hit more home runs that way instead of less.
I would like to see Vientos behind him a little more often.
That's in the future, I think, Keith. I think that's going to be his spot. I think right behind Pete. Unless they find out strong. Unless we sign Soto and we put Soto behind Pete, then it's Vientos after Soto.
Then Pete hits 55 a year.
Then Pete can just sit there, get a chair, and just sit there.
Well, let's not get into the Soto thing.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting him, but that's a whole other topic.
I was talking about Vientos.
I wouldn't.
No. I know.
Don't think so.
Neil says Alonso chose the wrong agent. That's Keith's favorite agent.
I love Boris. I mean, I personally think Boris baseball to an elevated level of shit.
Yes. No. Everybody says Alonso and Alvarez do the same thing. Lay off the damn sliders outside. Notice Vientos stopped, and Vientos is doing well. And the other thing is that the reasoning behind they gave Alvarez the green light on 3-0 was because of a previous at bat where he laid off a slider just off the plate, which gave Mendoza the confidence that he would not swing at a bad pitch in that situation. and he launched it for a walk-off, memorable moment that we're gonna remember for a long time. He's gonna remember forever.
Mendoza's handling his team
22.
well. I mean, you can pick apart any
Yeah.
manager. Like you did this, you did that, but overall, I think he's handling his team well, and that's one of the reasons why I think so, because he gives confidence into the batters. You know, you're going to look bad for it sometimes, right? But with the team we have and the position we're in, he's doing a good job. I give him credit.
I think he's done a great job, and
Yeah.
if anything, I'm thinking he's manager of the year material to me with the way he's handled
be.
his team, with the losing that we were going through in the first couple of months, and the way they've come back, and he's kept the dugout, he's kept the team loose, and he's kept them happy, and they seem to be a really good team. That's why they're succeeding, because they're actually a team. I think he's done a great job.
Cohesion, baby, cohesion.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this upcoming road trip that starts off tonight in just a couple hours. Padres first. So we're obviously we're going against these next two teams, next 7 games against 2 teams that are ahead of us in the wild card chase. So Padres and the Diamondbacks right now tied for that first wild card spot. The Braves have the 3rd wild card spot, and the Mets are a game and a half behind them. So big, huge, humongous games. Tom, Mr. Bohan, what's up, sir? Need 3 at 4 at worst. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. So let's go through who's pitching and what's going on here. So tonight, 9:40 start. Severino on the mound. He of the complete game shutout, baby. I just love saying it.
You'll never have to say it again. Don't worry about it. Say it as many times as you want.
Against Dylan Cease, he of the no-hitter this year. He's 12-9. Severino's 8-6, 3.91 ERA. Cease is 12-9, a 3.46 ERA. And I think that the lineup is up here. All right, the lineup for tonight for the Mets: Lindor, Vientos, Nimmo, Alonso, Winker at DH, batting 5th, Iglesias at 2nd, and then Alvarez, McNeil in right, and Tyrone Taylor in center.
Okay.
It's been a long time since we've been this proud of a Mets lineup, at least at this point in the season. Fair to say? Like I'm looking up and down the lineup, and I don't, McNeil had a really shitty first half, but he's not that automatic out anymore. Tyrone Taylor, when he starts, he somehow finds a way to get on base and do wonders.
Play great defense.
Yes. Oh my God! Speaking of great defense, that almost catch of Nimmo the other night, that would have been insane.
You know,
I don't want him to get hurt, so.
That's a whole other. You mean the one that was off the fence, so they called it back?
Yeah. I feel like it was still spinning. Gary said it was still spinning. Was it Gary or Ron?
Right. I think the umpires are inconsistent. I don't think there was enough evidence to turn that over, but then they turn it over. But you remember that play where Pete Alonso at first base against the Marlins? I thought his foot was on the bag, and I didn't think the video footage was enough to say it wasn't, and they overturned that.
Yeah, they should have. That one they should have.
Look at Dom. Hold on. Look at Dom remembering the first time he watched this. He won a Pete Alonso rookie card. He still has it.
Oh, damn.
Look
what's
at
up,
that.
Hey, Dominic.
I still have those cards too. I gotta actually.
Neil with a great prediction. Hope this comes true. I feel like he's been hitting the ball harder. The home run the other night, the other day, the double in the middle game of the Orioles series.
Remember he went on a little hot streak, then he had that shoulder thing, and I think Neil's right. But back to that play real quick. Long story short, I think that should not have been turned over. I think it should have been out. It wasn't conclusive to overturn it, in my opinion. But again, these umps, I feel like they're doing a worse job this year than they have in any of the recent past. We'll see.
Especially the behind the plate. So these are the guys that the lineup for San Diego. I've forgotten for a moment that they have Arise, but Arise is down to 302. So what's he hitting as a Padre? Keith, can you look that up real quick?
Hitting over 300.
What wasn't he like at 340 with the Marlins? I thought maybe
He
not.
was batting like 700 with the Marlins
He was
against us.
Jurickson
Feels that
Profar.
way, right?
Huh? Yeah.
No, I said it feels that way.
Oh yeah. Jurickson Profar, who's like had a rebirth in San Diego of his career, batting 289, 20 home runs, 76 RBI, 858 OPS. Cronenworth, Mr. Machado, 268, 20 and 73. Bogarts, 273, 6 and 28. He had an injury. Merrill Peralta, Campisano, and McCoy. I mean, it's not a as lengthy a lineup as we have, but it's a good lineup. Very good lineup.
And Dylan Cease is pitching.
Yep.
That's the key right. That's the key right there.
Wait.
I mean, if the Mets can get to him like we do to every top quality starter, pretty much, if the Mets can get to him, we can definitely out hit them.
So with the Padres, he's batting 304. With the Marlins, he batted 299. So he's a total of 302 for the year so far.
I didn't know he was that low with the Marlins.
That low, the guy.
I thought he was at 340.
Yeah.
I would love to see one player on the Mets batting 299.
Well, listen,
I'm greedy though.
It's interesting though because he never really walks, but he also never really strikes out.
Yeah,
he's an interesting player. I'm gonna keep an eye on him tonight.
And two,
Okay.
I'm gonna watch that little stuff. I got my eye on you, Arias. Arias.
Rise.
Arias.
So our two, Lindor, and these are all in less than 10 at bats. Lindor has bats 330. Whoa, okay. Lindor is 3 for 9 against Cease with 3 home runs and 5 RBI.
So the only hits he got off him are the home runs. Did I just hear that?
Yeah,
right?
that's it. Yeah, so he's gonna go 2 for 3 tonight with 2 of them things.
I love it.
2 of them things.
That'll work.
4, let's go, baby.
We want to avoid getting to their closer, right?
It would, yeah. Oh, wait.
It
would be so great to open the series with a victory. So, Mr. Lindor, get your stuff going out there. All right,
the best
tomorrow
way to
night.
open the series. Best way
Tomorrow,
to do it is that way.
Tomorrow night. Is it night? What's going on? 9:40 start. Also, Blackburn. 5-3, 4.19 ERA against Musgrove. 3-4, 4.97 ERA.
That's a more winnable game too. That's even more winnable than today.
Saturday is a little bit earlier. 8:40 start with David Peterson going. He of the 7-1 record, 3 even ERA.
Let's see if he's got the cojones this week, boy. That's a tough team to pitch against.
Michael King is pitching against us for the Padres. He is 11-6 at 3.18 ERA.
Wow, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's a Saturday night game, 8:40. That Peterson. Oy vey, guys. Oy vey. Sunday.
Show us what you got, Peterson.
Pitcher's duel. We'll win 8-7.
Yeah, right. 4:10 start on Monday. On Sunday. Mr. Quintana is pitching. 6-9.
That's the way to close it out.
4.57 ERA goes against Martin Perez. 3-5, 4.67 ERA. And watch, this is going to be the 1-0 game where each starter goes deep into the 7th.
Yeah, for sure. We don't have a name.
100%. They're going to be so tired and worn out from each from the whole series that they'll be like, swinging like this at Quintana. Oh God, I'm so tired.
Neil says we are scoring. Yeah, we're scoring like 8, 9, 10, 17 runs a game for Peterson. All right, so 4-game set, fellas. What do you got as far as predictions, Keith? What do you got?
Our Mets are very unpredictable, right? But we tend to really step up against good teams. Even though we squeaked the 2 wins out, look at the Orioles; they're a really good team. I'm going to go with 3 wins in this. I wanted to say split, but I think I'm going to pick 3 wins out of the 4th against the Padres. I think we're going to really step up and show them how to play some baseball.
I like that. Like what you just said there, Keith. Like the optimism. I don't like the little double thumbs up though.
Damn it.
It's better than the 2-gun salute, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Rodriguez, 4-game set, San Diego.
4-game set. I don't like a couple of those ERAs. I don't like that Michael King ERA and Dylan Cease. I don't like those 2 ERAs. The other 2 guys, I think we can win 2 of those games. So I'm gonna be realistic and fair this time. 2 out of 4. And I hate that, but I'm gonna be realistic and not a Metsy. Say 2 out of 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2 out of 4 also.
2 out of 4.
Which games you got us winning, Rodriguez?
Oh, which games do we have? I have us winning the Quintana game and today.
So really, you're gonna make us? You're gonna have us go through a Friday and a Saturday of losses? You know what
I'm
that
not gonna
does
have you
to
do
our-
it. I'm not gonna have you do it. I hope that we win every single game, but
That means
honestly,
we can't watch nothing about sports those days. Friday,
Well, I think we're going to win the
I'll
first
be busy
3.
Friday and Saturday, so I'll be busy. I don't even want to. I don't even care. I don't want. I can't even.
Keith says we take
Think
the first
about
3 games. I like
Yeah,
that.
but we're
I
going to
like
get
that a lot.
blown out on Sunday. Just saying.
That's better ending for me. I like that better.
Navgas.
Mets 3-2
Mets win
tonight.
3-2. I like
Nalgas.
it.
Ooh, Nalgas. Harry.
I'll take it, Nalgas. Yeah.
Dom says also 2 out of 4. Neil says got to win 3 out of 4. But Neil, let's be realistic. I know what we got to do, but
We got to win 4. We got to win. We got to sweep them.
Don't listen.
Yeah,
with
that's what we
4.
got to do. We got to do that. But
Irv says 3-1 Mets.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm loving the optimism, but 2 out of 4 on the road.
Dude. Win is a win.
Yeah. All right, and then the games against the Diamondbacks, there are no pitchers set. It's a 9:40 game on. Is it a day off on? Yeah, we got a day off on Monday. Okay, Keith, can we not get blown out on Sunday? We got a day off on Monday. Don't need that.
No, it'll be good because we're going to take all our players after we get blown out by the 4th inning. We're going to sit them. They're going to have a half a day off and then a full day off so they can come back
Day off.
and punch that.
And then
So
the
no one's
Diamondback
gonna
game is
play?
a 9:40. 9:40, so it's like you almost got like a whole week off.
Yeah.
Wow. Whole week of sucking. You get blown out.
Well, look, I don't know who's going to be pitching, but I feel good about the way the Mets play in Arizona.
2 out of 3.
Most years. 2 out of 3. I'm in.
2 out of 3. I'm in. Yeah, you have to do 2 out of 3 because if you only win 2 of the first game, the first series.
I'm going Goober. We're sweeping.
Ooh,
We're taking 6 out of 7 on this West Coast trip.
Keith, Mets fandom our brains will collectively explode if the Mets go 6 out of 7 here.
Yes, I want it.
6 doesn't 6 out of 7 put us in like the first wild card spot?
Yes, but however,
Yeah, I'll take it.
however, after that, we have we won't talk about it too much right now, but we got a very tough series. I'm very scared of the series against the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not
probably
even
getting
playing.
swept in that
I'm
one.
not even joking around.
Yeah, we're probably getting swept.
But we'll talk about that next week. But the baseball gods, the scheduling gods, continue to be nice to us, so we can consistently be on here on Thursdays. We got the 9:40 start tonight, which enable us to do the show tonight. Next week, a 3:40 start in Phoenix. It will enable us to do another show next Thursday. Look at how
There
the
you
baseball
go.
gods
Wow.
align. When we're doing well, that's they take good care of us. That's what it is.
Good,
It is.
we're good guys. Except for Keith.
Uh, Producer Joe left us mid-show. Not that anybody probably noticed.
I did. My half of my heart.
Shut
is
up.
empty. Half my heart is empty.
Wow. Wow.
My heart is empty.
But your nose is full of brown stuff. Good Lord.
No.
Yeah, you got a little.
Producer Joe is
You
clean back
you
here.
got a little. You got a little. He's clean. See.
He
least you
left us
admit it.
for
At least you admit
a
it.
fantasy football draft. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
Because he keeps winning every time he does his own draft. He just keeps winning and winning and winning.
Wait, no, is this the one that is like from the 1980s?
It's
Where
like a lot of money.
They
a lot of money
meet
to-
up and on the board and everything.
They beat off on the board.
They manually keep score and all that shit.
I don't even know what
a
you're
lot.
talking about.
What are they?
It's a lot. And he doesn't want to do our automatic scoring league.
He's a
What a-
Chicago
what a
Cub fan
killjoy.
manually doing the
What a-
board.
I don't think there's no manual. The only
60.
thing, there's only one thing he does manually, and you know what that is. And with tweezers.
Oh, I
Anyway.
love that. All right. On
Poor
that
Joe.
note, let's go round the room here. Let's get some final thoughts on what's going on in Mets country. Keith, start off with you, buddy.
I just want to say, fuckata to this whole entire West Coast trip. To the other teams, of course. I want to see Manny Machado have like one hit, and it's a bloop single through the whole entire series. I want to see the Diamondbacks curl up and die against us and get swept. I want to see the Mets coming out of there dominant, in first place in the wild card, and pushing the Braves behind us. I want to
Screw
look
the
up in my
Braves.
rearview mirror, and I want to see a craplano back there. Woo! Those are my thoughts.
Thank you, Keith.
Those are Keith's thoughts of the day.
Ba-dum-dum-dum.
Rodriguez, what about you, sir?
I just want to be competitive and at the same time win all the games.
Oh, back to Earth Rodriguez.
Pretty much. I'll make it that simple.
I was having fun in space, bro. Come on.
You took up the allotted times. I'm just gonna say we're gonna win and we're gonna beat people down, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't want to come back to an 1-7. 1-6 road trip. I'll have to kill Farace.
Obviously, it's clearly my fault. I feel like it would be producer Joe's fault somehow. All right. That'll do it for us tonight on this beautiful Thursday. Let's go get these jackoffs in San Diego. Let's whoop them. Let's listen to Keith Wakata for this road trip.
Say that again?
Like a baby seal.
I think my mic went out for a
Baby
second.
seal.
Wakata, like a baby seal. And as always, we keep up to date on everything that's going on in Metsville in the Facebook group and on the fan page. Until next week, peace out, everybody.
Maneo, man.
Mets.
Oh, Mets.
There it is.
Put up the bullets!